Hey, it's great to see you again. I'm glad we get to spend a little bit more time together. Today, we're going to be talking about a great topic, and it's always being positive and excited. And I want to share with you why that's so important, especially as you're entering into this industry and as you're building an agency, why that becomes so important for you to be able to get good at. The first and foremost is obviously if we want to do any health research or you do anything like that, you'll understand how important it is to be positive and to remain excited and how good that is for our body, the chemicals that happen there. So I don't want to necessarily go into a lot of that, but I want to help share with you why it's so important in business and why it's going to be so important in your life and especially your career here. Because don't you want to be around more people who are excited and positive? Don't you wish that you could be around somebody or around people all of the time that were more excited and more positive? Because here's the challenge. Most people have to go to a job that they don't really like, to be around a bunch of people that they don't like, that are not excited, that are, if we're honest, aren't the most upbeat and positive people in the world, right? So what's the compounding effect of being in that type of environment for a long period of time? Isn't it true that when we're in an environment like that, because I remember doing that for engineering, and I remember the only time that I really got recognized or that I ever really got a chance to talk to my boss or my manager at the time was if I did something wrong. And it was funny because I was never late, but they got mad if I would sign in early because I was always 10 or 15 minutes early to work, but they didn't like me signing in early because then they had to pay me overtime. So what would happen was I would not sign in and I would start working on stuff. And then by the time I realized and I looked up again, I was like, oh man, it's 5 or 10 minutes after work. And then I would clock in and then I would get called into the office of, hey, how come you were late? And I'm like, actually, I was early if you want to watch the cameras. Well, but you signed in late, right? So that was really the only time my boss had ever said anything to me. He didn't tell me a great job for all the times I showed up early. He didn't say a great job for all of the times that I stayed late. He didn't say a great job for all of the work I did. I never got recognized or appreciated for anything that I had done there for 4 years. The only time I ever got called into his office was if I clocked in late. Imagine the effect of that of people's life versus coming to an environment where you love what you do, you love being around the people that are there, and then they're excited, they're lifting you up, they're positive. Makes such a huge difference in our life. So I want to challenge you to start being that, because here's what happens is we start to attract those type of people. So if we're building an agency, wouldn't you like to attract those type of people, or do you want to attract people who are negative all the time that you don't like being around? We're already leaving that type of position because we don't like being there. So let's create something a little bit different. And here's the other thing that starts to happen to you is that other people are experiencing that same negative effect in their life at the job that they hate. So they want to do something else. They want to be around people who are excited. So if you're that person, that becomes magnetic for the people that you're around all the time. And so they want to know more about what you do. They want to see that effect of you and how it starts to change your life. And the more that it does, the more that they're going to ask questions and want to find out more about what you do. So somebody who you might have not had an easy time setting an appointment with in the beginning, after that effect of being positive all the time, will go, man, you seem so excited all the time. What is it you're doing? Can you share that with me? Because I'm hating what I'm doing. And so that's extremely important in what we're doing if you're going to really be effective and you really want to build a group of people who are going to be positive and that you enjoy being around. So I challenge you that if that's the type of environment that you want to be in, that you bring that to the environment and will attract people who are like that. So very important. Be excited, stay positive. I was taught a little bit secret, so if you have a down day, because we all do, that's part of life, where there's ups and downs. So I was taught a little secret that if you ever have a down day, a quick way that you can kind of do that, is you just say unbelievable. So when people go, hey, how are you doing? Instead of being negative about it, because you don't want to lie either, right? You can say unbelievable, and unbelievable could be great, unbelievable could be bad. They don't really know, but it sounds good, right? So you could have a terrible day and come into the office and everybody's like, hey, how's your day going? You go, unbelievable, right? And nobody can tell the difference. So it's a kind of a cheat way to always be positive, even when you might not feel like being positive all the time. So challenge you to do that, and I look forward to seeing you again.